Ndinoda kuti nyika isiwe vanhu vangu inguva yedu hatingatadzi kubudirira Mwari ari parutivi pedu rambai muchirwa.
My hitters don't die, the real hitters gon' shine and my people gon' rise. That's my point to it, yeah. I ain't saying
when the hell do I not have a deal? I swear this thing is a real dog. I play it fan off, the cowards so they can't feel. The wife try to console me like it's coming, baby, chill. She don't understand, I'm the only one that's real. I remember the third grade, them kids, they had waves. I had them BDBs, you know that Zimbabwean grade. So they do shades when your boy hit the stage, press play and all the chicks was like, yeah. While boys was moving bricks, I was moving chips. Yeah. If she gave me calculus, gave her a mouthful of it. Heat rose to this thing, boy, I bet on myself.
Grand Rising, everyone. Y'all see me moving through because I'm feeling that intro music. Grand Rising. Welcome to the Day with Trae. I'm your host, Trae Holiday. We got a great, fun Friday for y'all. Also, you know it is Friday, so it's Fitness Friday. But before I get to our fitness coach, Deon BodiMeChanik Abdullah, I first get the chance to talk to Keshia Porcincula. We're going to be talking all about STEM Paths Innovation Network, or SPIN. So I can't wait to dive in with her. But of course, y'all, it is the top of the show. So it's a great time for you to tag and share this stream right here. Go ahead, join us by tagging and sharing this stream with folks you feel could benefit from a daily dose of dopeness right here on the Day with Trae. And if you cannot watch our TV show, we do definitely have you covered because you can listen to us anywhere you find your favorite podcast. Just search Converge Media Network and the Day with Trae. Y'all will find me on Google, Spotify, iTunes, SoundCloud, Apple Music. Whichever one is your favorite, go ahead and search for us and y'all will find us there. Well, this Friday, we see the weather got a little bit damp, but I think for many Seattleites, it might be okay because folks were looking for a break from the heat. For me, that means I get to pull out another hoodie, so I'm cool with that. But I also am really excited to learn a little bit more about SPIN. Welcome, Keshia. How are you?
Hey, I'm good.
Well, thank you so much for joining me today. We were just talking before the break about the wave of technology that is hitting our lives. Tell us a bit about what got you into a program in an organization such as SPIN.
Okay, so actually, I am not a techie person at all. I am all about the kids and making sure that they are up in the game. They need to have all of the access that everyone has, especially our BIPOC community. And that's really what brought me to it, because I was like looking around and I was thinking, why don't I see brown folks, Black folks, in this industry? And then I searched it and along came STEM and SPIN and all the things. And I was like, this is it. This is it for me. Let's get these kids in these colleges, in these programs, so that they can start the wave.
Well, I got to say, my son is really great with math. And so people have been talking to him. He's about to be a senior next year. People have been talking to him for years about STEM.
Right.
And I know that they even started to say STEAM because they wanted to throw the arts in there.
Yep.
But, so much of what our young people are understanding now is the world of technology from a younger age. So we're seeing more coding programs, things like this coming through to summer camps and all of that. Just really exposure is kind of key to some of this. Tell us a bit more about SPIN and what y'all do.
Okay, so SPIN we have a multi-layered programs pretty much for everybody. We start in kindergarten with our enrichment programs. We go into what we call our SPIN Girls Club, which is 6th and 7th graders. Then my huge program, which is 8th, 9th, and 10th graders, which is SPIN Girls. Then we have SPIN Fellows, which is our 11th and 12th graders. And I could break all those down, but we pretty much do everything with those students in school programs, develop our own school programs to get them going, and not just the one entity of STEM, right? So not just science, not just technology, not just engineering or math. We do it all. We show them the interconnectedness of STEM. And then I'm excited about, you're going to have to invite us back, because we have our YEP program, which is exactly kind of what you were saying there, is that, you know, there's more to it, right? And so it's our Young Entrepreneurs Project. And we show them that STEM is in those boards, in those production boards of music. STEM is creating your own brand and label and steam pressing and cleaning and all of those things. So our program really is about, it's so much more than STEM or STEAM. It is about capturing what youth are looking for and finding and paving a way for them to fit into this grand world. We don't even really know where technology is going to take us and where we're going, right? We were talking about the AIs. We have no idea. We want them to be prepared to do whatever it is that is to come.
Well, you know, it's important, honestly, for young folks to understand the connections between STEM and the real world.
Yes.
And I love that, because maybe other programs do that. And so I don't know all the programs, but it's great to hear that there's some intentionality there with SPIN, because the truth of the matter is that sometimes young people hear this and they think boring.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, right?
No.
Like, oh, snooze
Yes.
fest. And really, you're saying, no, look, we can show you how this connects to the things that you love and things that you're already accustomed to in your lives. Because nowadays, I mean, young folks are picking up these cell phones and know how to navigate them and do all. I mean, it's incredible. So this is really at their fingertips. How do y'all really connect that? Because so much of the activity is already happening in their daily lives.
So we connect it by just asking them what they want to do. We survey. We really truly are just, our first days of our programs, all of them, is looking at the kids that are in our programs and trying to pick up what it is that they're going to be interested in. We have curriculum, but our curriculum is so fluid that we can just, make it work for this person and that person and that person. And like I said, we can have all of the STEAM aspects going in one program, because that's what is needed for our kids. So really, we really just make it fun, because that's what it needs to be. We really believe in the fact that we are there for the kids, and if they're not into something, we'll switch it up real quick. So that's really how we stay engaged with them, is because what do you guys want to do?
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with asking.
Well, that's necessary nowadays too, because in order to keep kids engaged, we know that the attention span has shortened over the last few decades because of the rise of technology. I think a lot of folks are just used to having exactly what they want at their fingertips, at the drop of a dime. So we really have to be able to be flexible with the approaches now when it comes to curriculum. What are the logistics of SPIN? I mean, you were talking about different age groups there. Are y'all embedded in the schools, or do, families have to sign up separately? What are some of those logistics?
So everything you can find on our website, but the logistics of our Spin and Rich is, yes, we are in several schools. Spin Girls, we are all throughout King County. And the great thing is that you can come to our office located in the Renton Highlands. We're a part of the RTC campus. We have a building up there, and participate. You sign up through our website, then we just start rolling. You're a Spin Girl. With our YEP, right now we're at Cleveland High School. For that program, students that go there can sign up the same way you would sign up for any class that's going on at Cleveland. And also with YEP, we have summer programs going on for them. Our Spin Girls Club, which I'm excited about, we have summer camp going on at Black Dot in July for 2 weeks. It's going to be live, all the things for 6th and 7th grade girls there. And so we're kind of everywhere, but really, if you want to get going in spin, become part of our family, just go to our website at stempaths.org and look at all of the different programs we have, because we're everywhere.
Well, no, it's good to know that, because, we talk a lot about how, families have been gentrified. There's a lot, if you're really trying to reach, young people from the global majority, you have to go where they are. And I think that it's important for any program nowadays to understand the need for us to be all over these different counties, right?
Yes.
Like King County is very diverse,
Mhm.
and it's great to know that y'all have thought about some of your approaches here. And I'm hearing you say these things about spin girls. I realize that there's a lot of attention to women, particularly for STEM. Tell us more about that intentionality, because I think I've read that a lot of this is to really try to get more balance in the industry. But tell us more.
So our intentions around focusing on female identifiers is simply because we're still in school and our girls are being told you're not good enough, or they're silenced in the classroom. One of my passions is the school to prison pipeline, and females are invisible. Black females are invisible in that too. We are dropping out of school, being pushed out of school at an exponential rate. So imagine how much harder that is to get into a great college that has for generations on generations identified as a school that is good with STEM or technology, math school, and being a Black female, especially. I can only speak for my own race and my own identity, but I can't imagine. So we are really trying to just build the confidence to, I always say, take up space, be okay with taking up space, be loud and proud and ask questions and have no fear in that, because that is really what it is. We are so often, as BIPOC women, navigated to be teachers, but we are so much more. I'm a former educator, so not knocking on being a teacher, but we are so much more than that too. We could teach the teachers, and be the ones that are leading all of this. And we know that there's pockets, right? There's pockets of BIPOC women in this industry, but there needs to be more than that. Then don't get me started on wage gaps, because that's a real thing. So, the more women in STEM that we have flooding the industry, the more they're going to have to say, hey, there's so many things wrong here, that we really need to just really try to level out. Equality is so much more than, what we think equality is. It's all of those aspects and making sure that we're just putting those pavers there for people to rise up on.
Yeah. I mean, absolutely, 100%. I agree with this, and I think I've heard from other programs there's really a reason for that specificity for young women, and so I love seeing it at elementary school age, middle school, going into high school, because you actually need that pathway. And so many different programs that are geared toward youth also have to take into account the whole family. And that's something that I really want to talk to you about, because I know that a lot of programs that are geared toward young folks are really beginning to understand that, right? It can't just be, oh, we have this thing here, but how does SPIN take into account, like, we need to care for the whole family in order for this young person to participate?
Right. So I'm so glad you said that. We believe in giving our students that are participants stipends in the program. We do have an intentionality around each and every student, and we try to say, what is it that you need to be a participant? How can we help? We are always asking that question in all of our programs. Transportation is huge on our brains, and though we don't always have the money to be able to do it, we'll figure it out. And we just really think about all of those aspects. I'm a mom of 3. I know how hard it is getting my own kids everywhere that they want to be a part of. So I really take that into consideration for my students in our programs. And that's really what we do. I would speak to our fellows program that is really individualized, and they think of all of the aspects around meeting our students where they are, like literally going and meeting them and saying, okay, let's have 30 minutes to talk about what's going on in your world. How can we make sure you're on the right path? All of those things. Our YET program, our program manager, he is moving. So that's really how we try to think about the whole family, as just knowing that access is everything, and making sure that we're not just closed off saying like, okay, here's where we are. You got to, make this happen in order to be a part of us. No, we're out, we're doing it, we're asking. I think I've said that so many times, but just ask what people need.
Yeah.
That don't assume, but ask. And that's how we really build and shape our programs on how to have that whole family. And then because we do have our office location, we try really hard to make sure that the whole family is covered, because we do have those enrichment programs. We do have those middle school programs. We have those high school programs. Hopefully soon we're going to have some space for adults to even be able to come in and do some things in our, we just quoted the lab, in our kind of maker space. And so we're going to be there for the whole family.
Amazing, Keshia. This is great. So program happening at
Yes.
Black Dot Underground this summer. Look right there. Make sure folks know how to get connected with Spin.
We want you to come be part of our Spin family. Please go to stempaths.org and look up all of our programs. There is definitely something for you. But especially this summer, we have multiple camps going on in all of our programs. So check it out. Come visit me. I want to meet all of you. I know how awesome this audience is. So STEM Paths.
Oh, amazing, Keshia. Thanks so much for being with me today. And thank you for your work and energy and effort in this field. It is so necessary.
Thank you. Thank you for spotlighting us. We appreciate it.
Absolutely. Anytime you got a new update, just let me know.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Oh, right on. We're getting this Fun-Filled Friday off to a great start. And Fitness Friday is coming up right after this short break. I get to check in with Deon BodiMeChanik Abdullah. Stay tuned after this short break, y'all. You're watching The Day with Trae.
The new COVID-19 updated booster provides the best protection available right now. So don't wait. Stay safe this summer and get your updated booster today. To find a free vaccine provider near you, go to kingcounty.gov/vaccine.
1 in every 500 African Americans in the U.S. suffers from sickle cell disease. 1 in 3 African American blood donors is a match for patients with sickle cell. 1 appointment to donate blood with the American Red Cross can help save a life. Will you be that one? Visit redcrossblood.org/ourblood today to schedule an appointment at a location near you.
COVID-19 hurt my income, my health, and my family. We were about to lose our home when we heard we might be eligible for homeowner assistance funds from the government. We called 1-877-894-HOME, and a housing counselor stepped in. They talked to our lender and saved our home. Because falling on hard times does not have to mean losing our home. Federal funding details at washingtonhaf.org.
Welcome back, everyone, to The Day with Trae. I'm your host, Trae Holiday, and joining me right now, resident fitness coach in the building, Deon BodiMeChanik. What's up, Deon?
How you doing? Yes,
I'm
yes.
good. I'm good. How have you been?
Oh man, a time of healing, time of progression. As always, it's me. Yes.
Yeah, that's good. I mean, healing is necessary, and it sounds like we're going to be talking about muscles this time.
Yes,
What's up with the
absolutely.
muscles, man?
I
What do we
got
need to
some
know?
news with the muscles. The news with the muscles. So, the muscles, what I come to deliver to you is muscles are four aspects, right? Their endurance, how long we can take them, their strength, how much we can overcome, its power, how much force we can generate, and its freedom. And what I mean by freedom is range of motion, your ability to actually utilize your body mass. And the fundamental trait that me as a trainer and any therapist really tries to do is coordinate all four to give you superior athletic or just functional fitness performance.
Wow.
Yes.
Well, oftentimes you just use your body and you're not thinking about how you're using your body. And we've been talking about the intentionality of understanding your body more because, I think a lot of folks have a misnomer out there. It's like, oh, I just hire a trainer. They're going to work me until I can't take no more. And eventually my body is going to change. But there's a lot of intentionality in the way that you approach every client for their workouts, right? To get them where they're trying to go. And this part about the muscles is key to that, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. So, and a major key to that is really separating what is muscle and what is nutrition. When you're talking about body composition, nutrition, separate it. Okay. Anytime you're talking about any physical activity, anything manual to increase metabolic rates, you're talking about muscles. So with that being said, when you go into the gym, don't go into it with a fat mentality or an adipose mentality. Go into it with muscle training, and you want to train in those four dynamics. I see people all the time going to the gym and do treadmill. See powerlifters do powerlifters. Just lift weights, right? See yoga people just stretch, right? And just do stretch. I'm not calling anybody out yoga people, just a lot of people that kind of come just for those one purpose specified type workouts. And the goal is, although great, right? Especially if you're a performer in a particular field, good. We love you for it, actually. That's what us as spectators love. But for overall functionality, no matter what, you need range of motion, power, strength, and endurance. And if your goal is to develop the body, especially in a fat burning capacity, you need to pay attention to all four. Either one of those goes down, you do not get the maximum physical exertion you need in the fitness realm to give you the benefits that these workout programs promise you. Because that's what you're buying. Hey, transform me in 6 months. I have this wedding. I need to fit into this, or I want to be able to do this with my kids, or I have a 4K going. At the end of the day, when you're participating in those things, either you can fit into it or you can't. Either you can complete the race or you can't. Either you can walk your grandchild down the aisle, or your knees, you can't, so you need to go into with these fitness, these at-home workout programs with the full functionality of, I'm training the muscle in specific areas to fully progress me and hit all areas, not just one. So my power lifters, stretch. My yoga people, do some reps. If you're doing both of those, add some power into there. You know what I mean? We want to be sure we're adding all four factors to really increase the body.
Well, we talked about this too before, where it's like, I know for me, I'll be honest, like, I'm just like, oh, once my midsection is good, I'm good, because the rest of my body is pretty okay. Maybe a little bit on my arms, maybe a little on my thighs, but Lord, today for me it's the midsection, right? And so I'm always like, me and my homegirl talk about this all the time, because she be talking about her thighs and I be talking about my gut, and I'm like, no, I need to do something about this gut, right? And so I had this idea in my head, because when I was younger, I would do something where I would just do like 50 crunches every night, right? Like, or 50 in the morning. Right. And then when I got home from school, and then at night, so I was doing 150 all day. And I was like, you know what? That's what I'm going to do. That's what I'm going to keep doing. Because really all I cared about was my midsection, right? But I wasn't doing anything else. And we also know that, being so focused on one area of the body is not a good thing either, right? And so I think it's important when you're talking about this endurance and all the four qualities of the muscle that people need to develop, that they also understand it's about the full body. I mean, you've talked about this, right?
Yes, absolutely. And I'm glad that you said that. Like, even the fact that you're doing something consistent, which people are saying, well, Deon, you're body mechanic, you're doing things consistently good, right? To a degree, yes, absolutely. For calorie talk, yes, but the body is so many aspects, right? So it's never just one thing. But many times you lead yourself into injury because of the super focus on a certain muscle group. You're adding a muscle imbalance that causes muscle strain, joint strain, restricted range of motions, adhesions, trigger points, what causes down the line a lot of pain symptoms, a lot of chronic scar tissue buildup. And don't get you starting to take pain pills to counter that effect. You can see how the domino progresses as you keep going on. So the whole goal of it is not only to get your body right, but once again, you still want to feel good. What's the good of being a goddess body if you're in 80% pain? You won't. Have you ever been at a party with a headache or a stomach ache? You don't care. It can be your jam. You just don't care, right? So I try to tell people, like, yes, look beautiful. Please look beautiful. But if you're starving, if you're in pain, if you're exhausted, you're not enjoying the vacation. You're in Hawaii, but I'm sorry, you're not. You might as well have a brown paper bag on your head. You're not enjoying where you're at. So that's where the 4 also ties into. And I'm glad that you really said that, because many people just have this gut or biceps for the guys, or I just want to be just these one specific goals. And another thing about that too is, yes, you arrive there, but maintenance. Once you arrive there, your body's in a completely different composition. So different calorie burn, different metabolic rate, and different workouts to maintain that certain muscle tone. So the training never stops. It just modifies. So really the thing about fitness is fitness is just like me eating, just like me brush my teeth. It's just like I shower. It's just something that I do. I don't go into hygiene only worried about my teeth. I don't go into hygiene only worried about my hair. I'm fully clean. I don't go into the gym worrying about my biceps or my calves. You're right. Full body.
Yeah, that's a great analogy there when you talk about hygiene. And for those of you out there, please be mindful of hygiene for the full body. I mean, really, it's so true. But, I think you're absolutely right. And oftentimes people don't have a lot of this understanding when they're going into the gym or when they're trying to do these home workouts. And I'll be the first to admit, I had them all, right? For a long, that was my thing. I'm like, you know what? Can't get to the gym. Plus, I don't always like the way gyms smell. It's my thing, right? It's my thing. But I would be like, you know what? That's okay. I got my workout at home. And I would be so committed for like the first 6 to 8 weeks. I'd be like on some real commitment. And then somehow something happens, something gets in the way, and I allowed that to take over. And when I looked back at my own trajectory, I was like, oh, that's right. I did that. Okay. I look at this calendar that I track all my stuff on, and I'm like, oh, okay. I did that for, 6 weeks. I got to, this program was 8 weeks, but I only got to week 5. And I start to realize, like, do I have a fear of finishing some of these things, because they do promise so much, Deon. And the truth of the matter is that it matters about the holistic care that we were talking about, like really being able to understand it's also what you eat, it's how you move throughout the day, it's how you're stretching, all of these other things that a lot of times these kinds of at-home workouts don't even give you insight on. Yes. So again, the reason why your training is so necessary, people need to get with you. They need to be able to connect, and really, coming to some of those free workouts y'all offer is a great way to start. Just one, I think that's one tip. Just give the folks that one tip about how they start.
Yes, thank you. How they start. First of all, how you start is doing what you're doing right now. You're tuning in to Fitness Fridays. That's number one. But Wednesdays and Saturdays 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. Wednesdays from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. We have these free classes going on that we exemplify our SPO method. And that's where we focus on all those elements that I spoke about with muscles and everything else. And we also have an NMS method, nutritional mapping strategy. Okay. Now, next time on Friday, I've been doing a lot of talking about the physical. We're going to hit a lot more with nutrition as the shows start coming on. But we focus, just like what you're saying, on that holistic element, a stretch protocol, a fitness regimen, a nutritional mapping structure, all wrapped into behavioral health meditation, guys. Really thank you big time to people like Haru for really shedding light on that. Of course, business partner Karita Hall is very, very well studied on that and really really engulfs into that. So just the mindset of changing and the full body approach is basically where we can start at. Come see me at those classes. I give all this advice. Come to these classes. Always see me in person, right? www.holisticcoalitionnw.com to book a session with me. I promise you won't ever regret it. We're at a ton of events. We're at all your basketball events, right? We're at all your tournament events. We're at a lot of these block parties, and we're going to come list them up really soon. We're at the Green Lake basketball with Marvin and Kemp coming up this summer. So definitely come get photoed up there. And once again, we're going to be representing United States in the Massage International Competition in Denmark. So we're going to be bringing back a whole lot of information I'm going to learn from all the other massage therapists around the world. That's June 27th, arriving back in July 5th. And I'll be giving you some more stuff on that one.
Oh, Deon, always a pleasure to have you here. I can't wait to be back with you on Monday. I was a little sick, y'all, so I had a little bit of a break, but we're going to get it back on site. That does. And I gave myself the grace, but I'm ready for it. Thank you again for being with me.
We're sticking with it, right?
We are.
That's what it is. You're going to get sick. Sorry, before we cut. You're going to get a flu. But don't ever. That's so many clients. Thank you. What Trae is doing, stay in it. Just the wheel keeps turning because you're going to get sick.
There we go.
Right, that's it, though.
There we go. All right, Deon, appreciate you as always. Make sure y'all check out holisticcoalitionnw.com. Get on the list. Come and check out one of these free classes. Still, the Trae Day specials going on. Put Trae Day in there. Get that deal. I'm telling you, it is benefiting me already. I can't wait to get back to it. Oh, there it is. Right there for y'all. Thank you so much, Cuddy, for putting it up. Make sure y'all go to the website and check out their services. They are providing some phenomenal services, full scope. And so I'm glad to be partnered with them. Of course, I get to wrap up this amazing Friday right after this short break. Stay tuned. You're watching The Day with Trae.
1 in every 500 African Americans in the U.S. suffers from sickle cell disease. 1 in 3 African American blood donors is a match for patients with sickle cell. 1 appointment to donate blood with the American Red Cross can help save a life. Will you be that one? Visit redcrossblood.org/ourblood today to schedule an appointment at a location near you.
The new COVID-19 updated booster provides the best protection available right now. So don't wait. Stay safe this summer and get your updated booster today. To find a free vaccine provider near you, go to kingcounty.gov/vaccine.
Hey, you guys, I'm Jay Martin Jr., the host of the Drive Project podcast, where we talk about passion, purpose, and possibility. It's available for you to listen on whereweconverge.com, SoundCloud. You can listen to it on Apple, Spotify, Google, and so much more. Real conversations with real people, and some of it is just me sharing my perspective. I can't wait for you to listen. Thank you so much.
COVID-19 hurt my income, my health, and my family. We were about to lose our home when we heard we might be eligible for homeowner assistance funds from the government. We called 1-877-894-HOME, and a housing counselor stepped in. They talked to our lender and saved our home. Because falling on hard times does not have to mean losing your home. Federal funding details at washingtonhaf.org.
Welcome back, everyone, to The Day with Trae. I'm your host, Trae Holiday. I want to thank my guests, Keshia, Porcincula, and, of course, Deon BodiMeChanik Abdullah for joining me today. You know, it's always so great to hear some stories of folks in our community doing great things. Make sure you check out stempaths.org. Also, make sure you check out holisticcoalitionnw.com. You know, both of them shared their inspiration today. And, of course, course, I'm inspired. I want y'all to be inspired to find the ways to see yourself as a part of the solution, or at least utilize this information that you learn here today to maybe share with someone else who you know may be in need. And that's a great way for you to also be a part of the solution for others in your area and others in your neighborhood, your community, in your family. That's what it's all about, spreading the good word. Of course, y'all, from me until Monday at 11 a.m. Peace. Converge Media produces culturally relevant content for Black and urban audiences. Our coverage is raw, transparent, and objective, praised by community leaders, government officials, and residents. Support Converge Media today via Venmo, Cash App, or PayPal at Converge Media.